Hi Aries, welcome to the very first romantic tarot reading I'm doing. I had a request for one, so I'm going to start with Aries and I'll just do one whenever I get the opportunity. And, um, and it will probably, the duration of the reading will probably last until the next time I do one, which should be monthly or bi-weekly, depending if I have the time for it. So what I'm doing is a partnership spread. So these are for people that are dating or have somebody in their life. And then I will do a singles romantic for to look to see if there's anybody coming in or who you're attracting. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to use this placement as you, this placement as your person, whoever that is. So this is you in your present romantic situation. Today is June 6th, 2023. And you are behaving like a Capricorn. So this is very interesting because this is, the Capricorn is half goat, half fish. And very resilient individual, but they feel things very, very deeply. That's the fish part, right? He's got a fish tail, I believe. And so that could be the lower half of the person, but meaning your libido, but not necessarily. For me, Capricorn has something to do with they feel very deeply, but they find it difficult to find the words to express it verbally. And how they would show their love would be through um, helping you get things done, or possibly even buying things for you, or making sure that you are um, well fed, well clothed, especially well clothed. They're very trendy people. That you look good, that you feel good, that your sheets are clean, that your house is neat and tidy and organized. Very organized Capricorns are. Um, so they show you in the ways of the material, of the materium, right? Your well-being. Could be your health even. Are you eating properly? Are you taking the proper vitamins? It's that kind of energy. But if you're dating, you may be somebody who is not quick to say something, right? You might just be a little stoic in your approach, or you don't have the words to say it, but you can absolutely show it. This is your person. Well, they're being quite patient. There may be a situation that's in a state of flux for them, meaning that it's not quite settled, or maybe they feel that you're not quite settled in this relationship, but waiting very patiently for that. Or could be waiting patiently for the words that you speak, for the things that you're saying. Um, this person may also have a bit of a temper with the temperance card. Um, and or maybe it's just around this time that they can be a little bit upset or angry about something. And it is maybe that it takes you to help them in their situation to calm their nerves, to calm themselves. Um, and indeed, if it's a new relationship, it could very well be that they're just waiting patiently for it to become more solid, or to actually hear the words from you. They could also have their feet in two worlds. So maybe there's somebody who works very hard, as would you with the Page of Pentacles. Maybe there's somebody who works really hard, but they play just as hard. So they have a rich work life and a rich recreational activity life as well. And they kind of sort of put their energy into both worlds. Maybe it can be work life and home life. Um, but it's in sort of like two different worlds. And it's not that they're spreading themselves thin, it's just that they find balance in both of the situations, in both of the scenarios. Okay, you have another one. This is more your energy. This is the Aries card. This is the King of Wands. Um, And it could even be that you are dating a couple of people. That's also possible here. Um, so the Aries card, again, a very pioneering energy. Um, I think they have a little less focus on the romantic side of things because they could be exploring new situations, new people. Like I said, you may have a couple of people that you are dating or are serious about. But they have a very adventurous spirit. So it could even be you offering an adventure to this person, right? You yourself may have just been finishing up a study of some sort and could be kind of concentrated on getting that part of your life settled or moving or established, especially with the King of Wands, because the King of Wands sets up good foundation. He has a link to the Emperor who um, sets rules and regulations, but this could be you could be a manager type of person, you could have that type of personality, or you might be somebody who works for yourself. And maybe the person that you're seeing could have temperance there because they're waiting for you to kind of come back to them. You may just be busy with other things right now and not putting a whole lot of attention. If you look at the stance of these people, he's turning away from this, and not in a negative way, but he's just busy with other things, and he's pretty concentrated on that pentacle. So he's not really looking towards the relationship right now. And again, with the King of Wands, there's exploration. So you may be looking at other people or dating other people or looking at profiles, that kind of thing. Your person really likes you, though. They think that there is plenty of similarity here. And this may even be a marriage card. I mean, it absolutely is because it's a rite of passage, but that may not be your particular scenario. But there's very possibly marriage on the mind with this person. And if it's not that, it can be also there's creative potential, or this is sort of like we think alike, we act alike, we have a lot of similarities, and they think you belong here, right, with them. They think that maybe they want you to move in. That's also possible here. This is sort of like the marketplace. So if you are starting new, they may also be helping you to get started financially and sort of, again, foundations with the four, setting down some certain foundations and maybe even some guidelines in a relationship. If you are, maybe they want to know if you are dating other people, if you're really interested in them, and you may not be ready to tell them that just yet because maybe you don't know. Nice. You have the Ten of Cups here. So this is wanting, absolutely wanting that happy family. So if this is a nice established relationship, then you're just getting on with your work and you think everything is just fine at home, right? Everything's good. I have faith that everything's going to work out, that life is good, that we're in love, that we'll have children and the white picket fence and the whole 9 yards. So I think that you definitely are looking for the right romantic person if this person isn't the right person. If it is, then I think your headspace is in the same place with that Ten of Cups. It's having faith in yourself, the other person, and life in general. Tens are the end of a cycle, the beginning of one simultaneously. So there is this thing about things being in a state of flux here with the Temperance card. So if you're already in a relationship, it just can be going to a new level, or there can be some changes that are going on with your partner, but the relationship still looks quite solid and happy, and you can be very grateful. Yeah, see, there's this new beginning happening over here with the Ace of Wands. This is a new passion project maybe. This may be a new situation for the two of you to deal with. This could be a new home if you're looking for a new home. But there is a really nice, this is even desirous with the Ace of Wands. They can find you very desirous. And they would with the King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very trendy and likes to keep up their appearance and their physical body. And the King of Wands is adventurous, so very nice energies together. With that Ace of Wands, there is that new beginning. And with that Four of Wands there's just this feeling of things kind of coming together at their proper timing with that Temperance card. It doesn't feel very angry to me at all anymore, but it does feel romantic, and there's desire there. Now, maybe that's for each other, or it can be for this next level up. But both the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups for me really give me the feeling of a harmonious energy. It's very harmonious. But, you know, with that Temperance card, there is something that we're waiting on here, this new beginning, this new desirous cycle. So what does that hold for the two of you? Well, a Five of Swords energy. So there is that sort of cantankerous energy then with the Temperance card when the Five of Swords comes out. This is a no-win situation, or there could have been a no-win situation, but it seems to me like it's finding its balance here. Again, you have two people here, so you could be deciding between one or the other. And that Five of Swords is sort of like a no-win situation, where if you choose one, you have to hurt the other person, and that just doesn't feel well for you. It doesn't feel good to you. You'd rather not hurt anybody, I don't think. Or it could be this feeling that you are quite busy on your own over here with work or your study, and this person is kind of still with that Temperance card waiting for things to balance out. I do think you'll get some sort of invitation, or maybe a celebration is coming up, that sort of thing. And I do want to pull one more for that Five of Swords. You may get what you want, but it's not the way you want it. That's what the Five of Swords is. It's something that you have to work really, really hard for. And it could have to do with maybe not being able to express the things in your heart because it feels quite nice and full of faith. But there is that Temperance card over there, and maybe it's you who says, okay, well, when it's good, it's really good, but when it's bad, you have a temper, and that's something that I don't want to deal with, because these are dramas being played out. And it might not even be between the two of you. It could just be with this person dealing with their own drama situation, but somehow you kind of have to deal with it. So it is working very hard for that win. And somebody loses, and it just doesn't feel very nice with that Five of Swords. So I do want to get one more for that. Yeah. We're looking at this side here with the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. So this can be this can be somebody else entering the picture. Maybe you're dating somebody else, or maybe you're dating them both. And the Page of Wands is a bit of a player, I will say that. And also they can also, that the Page of Wands, Sagittarius for me, has a lot to do with that Temperance card as well. Meaning like, okay, well, I think everything's fine, but your temper has to change. That has to find its equilibrium, because not something that I want to deal with here. I really have a feeling it's that sort of state of flux. Things are not quite settled yet with the Temperance card. And it can take some time for things to settle, and maybe you want to deal with that and maybe you don't. But that's what I have for you this period until the next reading. And I hope it's been helpful. And I will return, I would say, probably in a month, because I'm just kind of doing these, not necessarily randomly, but in order on each one per day. So I do want to get you a oracle card, so let's get to that now. Okay, I'm going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. It's a pretty popular deck. I think it's really lovely. So let's see what oracle you have for this particular relationship that you're dealing with at the moment, or just in your own romantic life. Be playful. Yeah, that makes sense to me, because with these three cards here, there is probably a need to lighten up a little bit, or to not take things so seriously while they're in a state of flux, while things are still changing, and finding refinement, because the Temperance card is refining either on an internal level, or something needs to be refined, because we're trying to create gold here, right? And so somebody needs to be a little more playful. Now, like I said, you are behaving sort of very concentrated on other things, possibly work or another person. You do want the same things. You do have that Ten of Cups. But with these three cards here, that's where I find the difficulty. And every relationship has its challenges, and so in this case, this one is to be a little more playful. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for listening. Take care. Hi, single Aries. This is your reading, your romantic reading. This is June 6, 2023, and I am going to do romantic readings for the singles, and I also have one following this for those who are coupled or paired already. So let's see what your romantic life is bringing you this time around. I was asked or requested to do romantic readings. I haven't, so this is my first one on the channel. I do them all the time otherwise, but on the channel, this is the launch. All right, let's see. So you may have been through some difficult romantic situations, and you may not be so open and willing to put yourself out there right now. This card indicates that you're kind of dealing with the more negative aspects of what may have went wrong in a relationship, and you're kind of dwelling on that. 5 is the energy that wants to push us towards finding balance, and in order for you to do that, it is important for you to pivot and to turn and see what is still good regarding your emotional life. Not necessarily romance, but your emotional life. What do you still want? What is still desirous to you? What do you hope for in the next relationship, or the next date, or that sort of thing? But there's sort of a kind of a dissatisfaction as well. But for me, this seems more like regrets, and sort of really kind of going over the aspects of relationships that you didn't like. And while there is more of what you didn't like than what you did, that doesn't serve to bring anyone new into your situation. So you have another 5. These are challenges that we go through together. The 5 of Pentacles. So it could have been a very challenging situation, or you yourself at the moment just aren't in the place of looking for romance. There might just be other things taking precedence right now, which could be your health, or it could be your finances. and this may not even be you alone. This may be your family and friends. But these are challenges that we usually go through together. And this may have been something that had happened with a past relationship, and you really went through the ringer with this. There could have been some health problems. Perhaps somebody was very ill, or they just had this sort of lack mentality with the Five of Pentacles. And if this is you, then this can be the energy of just, again, a very negative outlook of it's probably always going to be this difficult to be in a relationship. They never seem to work out. I can't find anybody that suits me. It's that kind of energy. But again, there may be other things that are taking precedence over your romantic life. No. Eventually you find something, though. You find, I think what happens here is that you get the truth in a situation. And that's probably what you're zeroing in on here. That's probably what you're trying to find out. What was the truth in this situation, in this past romantic situation? This is my yes card, so I think eventually you'll be ready for something new. This is my winter timing card, so it's very possible that it could be, something could happen for you in the winter time. Not necessarily, but it's possible. This is a victorious card, and there is truth that comes out. And it's also, I think, something that you want in a relationship. It's very possible that a past relationship, there were lies or untruths, and you kind of are demanding that. But this is also taking action, the Ace of Swords, and it's getting out there and doing things and meeting people and just being maybe social and kind of turning your energy away from that 5, that unstable energy, and looking at things differently. It does seem to me like you kind of get the idea of what has gone on before this. You get a clear view, a clear picture, and you can also then clear the kind of the cobwebs from your mind. You can clear those questions up and really take an honest, hard look at what you have been dealing with and what's been going on for you in regards to relationships. That light's really bugging me. Okay. I do want to pull one more. I usually just pull 3 for this, but I do want to pull one more. Yeah, there you go. That's having faith. Having faith in the future, having faith in romance, having faith in emotional prosperity, in the feeling that things are good and I can have what I want, and you absolutely can, especially with that Ace of Swords card. That's a definite yes for me, and you will find what you're looking for, and you will find somebody who is honest, because that Ace of Swords is really saying, I want truth. I want truth in situations. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want to be taken advantage of. I want somebody who is honest and true, and you definitely can find that with that 10 of Cups, and you'll be quite happy. And, maybe even within this time frame you can find that, but not necessarily. Again, with that Ace of Swords, you might be looking towards the winter timing. But it's a yes for me. So have faith. That's what the 10 of Cups is. Have faith. And it may even be that somebody was not faithful, because this is definitely the faith card. And if they were not faithful, you just absolutely don't want to make that mistake again. The interesting thing is you have 2 5s and you have a 10. So it's kind of like putting the pieces back together again on an internal level for yourself. And this is a good card. I think this is a good reading. And I think you're taking your lessons very well in understanding. And even you need to be truthful and more honest in situations. The 5 of Pentacles are challenges we face together. So there's two or more people involved with this, right? Maybe you weren't honest, so you got that back. Maybe you were spending too much money, and you get that back. Well, you give what you get in relationships, and relationships are very much about mirroring. They're very much a mirror for ourselves, and so what we see in somebody else, if we don't like it, can very well mean that we don't like it within ourselves either. That kind of energy. But you put things back together with that 10. Everything just sort of seamlessly comes back together, and you have that action card. So it's a good indication that you're going to find what you're looking for. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I am going to pull you a oracle card from the Colette Baron Reed deck, the Spirit Animal Oracle. It's a pretty popular deck. I really think it's visually beautiful, and yeah, it's got nice things to say. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know? Truth transcends illusion. So there is something to do with truth there, and especially with that card, because that is truth. That's the card of truth, honesty, clarity. So you have the dragonfly spirit, and indeed your truth transcends illusion. Truth will out. Very nice. Okay. Thank you for listening. Hope this has been helpful. Take care.